Hey everyone, this is Will from China and welcome to this episode of The Missing Piece. Happy weekend! The weather, it's really beautiful outside. No matter where you are, I strongly encourage you to go out and enjoy the beautiful weather with your family and friends. After all, it's the spring. But anyway, welcome to this episode. Today, I want to start with something so interesting. Lately, a lot of my friends, they ask me the question. They would say, hey, Will, are you an early bird or you are a night owl? Well, here's a very simple answer. I am absolutely an early bird. I enjoy getting up early in the morning, around 4:30 or 5. And when people hear the number, or when people hear the time, they are very astonished. And immediately they ask the question. They will say, Will, why would you get up early in the morning even before the sunrise? Around 4:30 or 5? Well, here's something very simple. Because I realize I can get up early in the morning and also I'm able to accomplish a lot of more things. For example, I enjoy the quietness. I'm able to find a place where I can think about what the things I'm going to do today. And also the second, I enjoy reading books. And now, don't get me wrong, I don't just have the time to read all the books, but I need to spend time on read something so significant. It's one of the meaningful books that I have ever read and currently I'm still reading today, which is the Bible. Well, if you have heard the word Bible, you would think about Christians or Christianities. Now, before turn off the video, don't get me wrong, I am not going to talk about Christian history, nor am I going to bore you with the theological principles as the Christians. Today, as a Christian, I want to share with something more important. It's the word relationship. Just this morning, when I turned on the social media, one of the famous couples in Hollywood announced their divorce and separation. And if you are familiar with a famous singer, which is Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez is a very talented musician, and also she's an amazing dancer. But very sad, of course, we don't know the details behind this decision, why after years of marriage, she decided to leave her husband. Maybe it's a mutual decision within the couple. But this is something that happens every day. People always ask me, why is human relationship, it's very complicated? And why are we so eager to change other person, but it seems like the more we try it, the harder it gets. Well, in this episode, I do want to address some of the critical issues. Number one, for the first time, I want to say I am a Christian and I am a married Christian husband. As you know, I've been married more than a year. And I can promise you, or I can tell you, within the past year of marriage, my wife and I, we didn't fight. Or my wife and I, we didn't argue with each other. But there's something different between a couple who don't have faith and a couple who actually actively follow God. And that is the value of relationship. And as you know, no relationship is perfect. And no marriage is perfect because ultimately God created us to be different. And we are unique and we are talented and we are special in many ways. But when you get into a relationship, especially in a marriage, it's something that it's going to take us or going to shape us in a different way. It's what we called commitment. Now, I want to show you a quick interview, again, from another famous celebrity, and his name is Trevor Noah. And Trevor Noah is a well-known comedian. He's young, he's energetic, and he was born in South Africa, actually as a story of American dream. Was born as nobody, and then took over the Daily Show as the host. Immediately, he was able to interview and talk to people across the field. For example, Bill Gates, former US President Barack Obama, or even Anthony Fauci. However, but Trevor Noah recently was invited to join a radio show, and this is how he responded why people were getting divorced these days.
We don't hear about your relationships. I know you were in a relationship for like 3 years or something.
Right.
But you're pretty, like, we don't see you walking around with anyone. You keep this all very low key. You're off the television life.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of celebrity.
You're not a part of like, I don't see you on the Daily Mail. I don't see.
I'm not a big fan of celebrity.
How do you keep it all so quiet? How do you fly under the radar? Where do you meet people?
I'm lucky. I gravitate towards real people in life.
Where do you meet women?
I have everywhere. That's the thing is like.
Do you think you'll ever be married?
I'm not opposed to it.
But it's not going to happen. You're too married to your work. Maybe you'll calm down with the work and you'll...
I don't know. I can only know where I am now in life, and that's what I've learned to enjoy.
And when you meet a woman, you lay out your philosophy. You say, "Listen, I'm open to love,"
which is what we should all do, Howard.
Yes.
When we meet people, we should tell them who we are. Be honest. You know why? You should have the person love you or hate you for who you are, not for who you portray yourself to be. How many people go into a relationship like a used car salesman?
Yes.
Bullshitting about who they are and what.
Me.
Yeah, I love long walks on the beach. Yes, I love adventure. You don't like adventure.
Right.
You hate whitewater rafting. You hate adventure. You hate hate leaving the house. Be honest. Say, I like sitting on the couch and watching too much TV and I'm a slob. And then if somebody goes, I love that, and they're being honest, you have now found true love. But what happens with people is you go, I'm Tom Cruise. I like hanging on the side of planes and living a good life.
Right.
And then 2 years in, the love starts fading, the infatuation starts fading, and then the person goes, you want to go outside? And you're like, why are we always going outside? And they're like, why don't you never want to go outside? And then you're like, and then it's like, you changed. Like, no, you didn't change. You just became who you really are.
Guys are trained to be salesmen. We're trying to seduce all the time. So, I love going to tennis matches.
But you can seduce without being dishonest about who you are as a person.
And that's who you are.
That's what I'm trying to be
honest
all the time. That's what I'm trying to be.
Look at you. Now listen to this.
That is true romance when you lose the naivete of like you just enjoy it all.
That's why I'm an advocate of living together before you get married.
I'm a big advocate for not living together ever, even if you're married.
Really?
I think...
Let me hear this.
I think one of the biggest reasons people get divorced and relationships break up is because of this cohabiting bullshit that we've come to believe is the way relationships are supposed to be.
I'm going to recommend a relationship with Robin Quivers for you.
My God.
No, but
she's looking for you.
Another person who doesn't want to live with anybody.
No, but you understand what I'm saying? And that's good. But that's what I'm saying. That's good for you. You cannot tell me that everyone was designed to live the same way.
Not everyone.
And that's why I'm saying our intimacy can be
What's going to
expressed in
happen with
different
you,
ways.
I wonder?
I don't know. And that's what's beautiful.
Did you catch what Trevor Noah said? Well, he said, basically, the reason why people are getting divorced or the reason why people are facing separation because they're living together. Wow. I did not know that. And I think there's something that most of you, it doesn't matter if you're a Christian or not, I think you can agree with me that people are filing divorce not because they're living together. And quite the opposite. People are facing separation or facing issues in their relationship because they are not interested in each other, because they are not interested in being together. Can you imagine that if my wife and I, we don't live together after getting married? How are we supposed to cultivate the relationship? How are we supposed to cultivate the meaning of relationship in this marriage? And how are we supposed to understand each other more, and let alone we have a 7-month-old daughter? How are we supposed to raise her together, experience the ups and downs as a married couple? This is something that troubled me so much after seeing this. And lately, I had the honor to invite one of the greatest couple, a Christian couple, all the way from Taiwan, join my show. Now, in a second, you are going to listen to the interview because, give you a little background, the wife was born and raised in Taiwan. But meanwhile, the husband was born and raised across the continent in America. Two people randomly met each other. Before they were married, or even after they were married, during the earlier stage of their marriage, none of them, they were interested in the relationship. They were just married. However, after giving their life to Jesus Christ, something changed and something miraculously happened. Now, Take a look.
All the time, and I think that's not how marriage should be viewed. Really, it's we should be together trying to help the other person, get what they want, but also, grow spiritually and grow as a person. It's not, to be honest with you, when you get married, you're sharing your life with a person, and it's not just, the romantic things, or, the house or the bank account or any of those things. You're sharing your life together. You're eating the same food. You're raising the same children. You're doing all the chores, and so you're really investing in really like this single life together. And by single, it's like Ting has her life and I have my life, and now we've come together to form one sort of life that we share together.
It's God adopted us. So in other words, God put the mission and put the Christian principle in us. He's teaching us, He's guiding us, and He's helping us to become better, not as an individual, but as a married wife or a married husband. Can you imagine that two people who are born and raised in two different cultures and different environments, they're able to live together, and today they have this beautiful family, including a beautiful boy in their house? Second, if you're familiar with one of the famous comedian in America, and his name is Bill Maher. Bill Maher is a very, profound, or even have this type of charisma on TV shows, really entertain with the guests. But as soon as the politics comes, that's where Bill Maher start to fly. Again, he was also invited by the same host, the same radio host, to the show and address the same issue regarding relationship. And especially listen carefully how he answered the question why he couldn't imagine marry someone for the life.
You always said, I'm probably not going to get married. I definitely don't want kids. With your devotion to comedy, do you think a wife would have gotten in the way of that? Would that have shifted your focus to the point that you couldn't be funny in a way?
I guess so, but that's not why I never got married.
No?
I mean, it's funny, as I listen to you, as we've repaired our relationship,
yes,
one of the nice things about it is I've been able to listen to you. Also, you're in the car always now.
Right.
So it's fantastic, and I really enjoy it. I'm a fan.
Thank you.
And
I'm of you.
And what I find is that we're alike in so many ways, except that way.
Right.
You asked me if is it the career that would hurt the marriage? No, it's not that. It's just that I never understood how, I've tried to have relationships. I've been in love. I've known some amazing couple,
right?
Women,
some not so amazing, but they look great.
Amazing.
But I never understood how you can be with the same person just day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. I just don't get that.
Oh my God!
Did you catch that? Because Bill Maher could not understand how could the two people live together and face each other under the same roof 24/7. Again, the answer is very simple. From someone who's been married for years, or even for someone who just married over a year, I think you agree with me, it's the word commitment. It's what we are looking forward to every day. You think about it. If you're a Christian, you believe that God actually provided the designated person for you. It's not anyone else. There are 1.6 billion people in China. And by calculation, by the year of 2050, the entire world's population is going to reach 9 billion. Can you imagine around the universe that you're going to find someone that's so perfect for you? By the way, when I say perfect, that doesn't mean you are not going to fight, you're not going to argue, you're not going to have a disagreement in the relationship. But guess what? Despite the disagreement, despite the imperfection, and despite the dispute, that's how we are going to grow together as a married couple. And that's how we are going to grow together as a family. We face all the ups and downs together. I want to share something very simple with you. And number one, If you're single today, especially if you're still wondering if there's a perfect person for you, Will can tell you is yes. There's always a perfect person for you to spend the rest of your life together. And don't rush. Don't hurry. Be patient. Pray every day. And number 2, if you are in a relationship or if you're in a serious relationship, stay committed. Remember, there are temptations around us. People always going to tell you there are more options out there. Or if you want to really open your eyes and you can see even more glorious or even more fantastic options. But guess what? If you're not satisfied, if we are not satisfied with who we are today, if we're not satisfied with the person that in our life today, we will never be satisfied, period. So that's why I say stay committed. If this is the right person for you, stick with him or stick with her because you know it's hard. But after the hardship, here comes the reward. And number 3, I'm not here to tell you about religion. I'm not here to push you to join a religious community or group. But I want to tell you, find anything that help you or motivate you. Find any faith in any of the religions that help you. Because remember, when we are down to nothing, God is up to something. Don't worry. Be patient. Relationship would never be easy. But guess what? If you stay focused, if you stay committed, remember the saying, all good things are difficult before they're easy. Again, everyone, this is Will from China. Thank you for watching. And please feel free to leave your comments and questions below. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you.